The facts about God. If the cult, or whatever you so call them, use different words when they do what they do, it would be a lot less obvious to those who are living the life of being attacked by some religious group or what some call a New World Order, a satanic cult, or whatever the hell you want to call it. What I call it is people trying to get away with murder at Blue Lake Park. And in doing so, they enable others to help by some false narrative that John is bad, and John is bad. And although that might be true, what makes me question their case is not that I'm not perfect or that I'm bad or whatever. That's neither here nor there. But how would they do that by lying about a murder at Blue Lake Park? And what tactics a group of people who believe in God use? For example, they had two people working here before COVID-19 that were actually not really working here, but were actually telling our clients how horrible I am. I would do that too if I was trying to get away with murder. And in fact, they did. They got away with murder. Their killers, by the way, got away with murder. What we see with the group of people who killed Tiffany Jenks is, for what reason did they send me 20 different girls to try to distract my ability to get justice? It worked for a while because I didn't know why they were here. In fact, I'd never experienced anything like this. But now that I know, it's important for me to share it with you, because not only are we closing our store, but as the cult continues to do their magic, or black magic if you will, they actually go unexposed. And I think that Portland and Fairview and Gresham and anywhere else in Oregon and Washington needs to know that when a girl comes to you crying for help about a murder, and then later that night is murdered, there's really not much you could say past that that would actually be believed. Because what the group of people who drove her dead body 5 hours in their car back to Bend, Oregon, her sister, which I thought was creepy, when her mom emailed me a photo of Tiffany dead, what they want you to believe is the reason they were begging the public for donations is that they're honest and they need money. They need money to solve the murder or for the funeral. They just need money. And when they got victims assistance money from your tax dollars from the courts, they needed money. But yet, what happened to the millions of dollars she was probably murdered for? Where's her dad's will that he left her? Because what she told me was, John, my family is stealing my father's will to me. Whether that's true or not, I don't know, but we do know that these people love money so much that it wouldn't be surprise me. I've asked them many times, how much money did you get from victims assistance money from the public? While we have homeless people who have no money and don't have any food, millionaires are getting money from the public. Which brings me to Richard A. Lovett, who was supposedly beat up at Lloyd Center Mall. We see how the news was happy to do his story, but not a follow-up on Tiffany's murder about the lies that they all told. Because when police have power, when the public has no power, don't be surprised if you get lied to. Where did the money go? Did Richard Lovett also sue, claiming that the Lloyd Center Mall abused him when he says, I don't know if it's true or not, I don't think so, when he says he gets beat up and somebody took his laptop? I mean, how creepy is that, right? But what's going on in Portland is a prime example of that something is wrong. Why are the police and Fairview City Council allowing these people to lie? And why do they have the power that they do? Yes, it's creepy. Yes, murder seems to be illegal. But when you have power, this is what happens. When Michelle Wardenbrosey, one of the three killers, became a licensed therapist in Oregon, I couldn't believe it. When she got a $200 fine for her part in a murder, I simply just couldn't believe it. And when police lied about the murder, when the media lied about Tiffany Jenks' murder, I knew something was really wrong. I just didn't know what to do. When I fought back, they pushed. When I fought back, they pushed harder. And when I went to my family, my godmother, Cindy, who has land in Vancouver, said to me, John, the reason this is happening to you is you don't know God. I then made an appointment to meet a preacher in Vancouver because I wanted to understand what the family was talking about all the time and what Tiffany had told me about a new world order, or worse, a war between good and evil. Now, clearly, religious people are under some misguided belief system that God's on his way back, and that's why we're having forest fires. That's why we're having global warming, for example. And that's why you should not go in the sun. And there's all these different reasons God is on his way back soon. And the worst part is they believe it's true. And as warriors of God, you know what that means. That means they're willing to do anything, including murder someone. In this case, Tiffany. And they are.
My dear brethren of the Aaronic priesthood, these are your days. Do not squander them. Be sober. Take the shield of faith wherewith ye shall quench all the fiery darts of the wicked. Fight then the good fight of faith. And when you have done all, stand still and see the salvation of the Lord. The evidence of their wrath can be seen in the blood and horror that has afflicted man from the beginning of time. So profound and extensive have been the wounds suffered among men. You, my young friends, were among these, and with them have come to earth to pursue the Father's plan of happiness. Unfortunately, Satan's war did not end with his expulsion from heaven. As John...
The war between good and evil. Now, I'm not saying that God's fake. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying, since when does God lie about murder? So if you're one of those people that are in this group and you've been brainwashed to believe that God's the reason you can lie about the murder at Blue Lake Park, you're mental. And I know that. So when you look at the case at Blue Lake Park, what you first have to ask is, why is everybody lying? Well, they're lying because they got caught. I was set up on the murder. I was supposed to take the fall for the murder. When that didn't work out, I was attacked from all angles, which ruins lives. They don't care. It's not their life that they ruin. Each cult member, including my godmother or my sister, if they are, each cult member played a role in ruining the life of my child and me and my store, of which will be closing soon. Because of the 100 facts to this murder never got told, and Richard A. Lovett of Portland, Oregon, continues to attack me and has gotten the police to write fake police reports against me. The police have all this stuff on me is all lies. They don't give a shit that it's lies, and they will continue to write lies because Ted Wheeler doesn't stop them from lying. And when I went to city council to get help for murder and the lies, they said the audio didn't work. And when I said, but wait a minute, you're all lying. Why are you lying? They don't care. They will lie, cheat, and steal. And if you don't look into the murder at Blue Lake Park, that would be crazy because check it out, right? I already had my life ruined by them, right? Don't let the public get their lives ruined by police who lie about murder.
That she engaged in earlier.
This is sentencing for the murder.
That she participated in. We're not talking about someone who merely covered up something at the end, although in fact those were the charges that she was found guilty of upon her plea. But she was present at the proceedings, the before, the during, and the after. Not necessarily at the shooting itself, obviously. We may never know that.
So, you have a murderer, this girl.
I just want to say I'm so very sorry that I added to everybody's heartbreak.
She's a licensed therapist, and their goal was to get me ruined so they get away with murder. Because they got caught in this murder, Michelle Warden-Brosey got 11 days jail before she got out. 11 days. She then got a $200 fine for murder, and to each person that was here when my ex-staff was helping the killers, you have to know they are lying to you. That's all they know how to do. Richard A. Lovett and Tiffany's mother are 100% liars. They have no ability to tell the truth, period. And the media didn't tell the truth. So it's johncaptain@hotmail.com, 971-227-0289. If you're in the cult, congratulations. You've been brainwashed into helping child molesting killers. If you're not in the cult, you were lied to. And you need to act and require that the council in Fairview, the city council, hold a hearing. And that the police be accountable for their lies. Because people are murdered and the killers are not in jail. Michelle and Josh are the reason Tiffany's dead. Not the shooter himself, but Michelle and Josh. Why is it allowed? Because the system is 100% corrupt. Thank you.